I need to try and get my head back on straight. Are probably going to think I'm absolutely insane. I've read some Brandon Sanderson stuff. I'm not scared, okay? I'm not scared. Putting in the work is going to make the difference between a good book and a not good book. Good morning. If you're new here, my name's Nellie, and if not, then welcome back, friend. Today we're going to do a little writing vlog. I'm really excited to get back to kind of my normal routines after doing that 6-week writing course, because it was quite time consuming. And one of the themes of today's vlog, I really want to talk about doubt and self-doubt. I need to try and get my head back on straight after those rounds of feedback. So we're going to do a little get ready, and then my plan is to head to the library. A scene that I'm working on right now, oh my gosh, it is killing me. It's like so awkward, it just doesn't feel right. It's not flowing very well. So I'm hoping I can get past that and on to the next thing, and hopefully the momentum starts to come back. And I was talking to some friends about it, and they had said, like, if it's really killing your progress, just leave yourself a little note and come back to it, which I'm very tempted to do. Maybe it can be future me's problem, you know? I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes today. I try not to use too much powder. Powder really doesn't do me a whole lot of favours, but at the same time I don't like to look too shiny. Also, has anyone ever had this? It's for my watch. I normally wear it on this side, but like, I've never had such a reaction like that before. Dang. One of the things that I've found is that after doing the 6-week course with the editor feedback, is that it's made me have a lot of doubt about my writing within my novel that I'm working on, which is not ideal, right? Like, you do these things to try and improve your craft, not to get a complex. So and I'm trying not to sink too deep into the rabbit hole, because ultimately I know I have OCD. It's pretty well controlled, but I know that I do still kind of fall down rabbit holes every so often, and I might just be completely overthinking this, and maybe it's all fine, you know? Maybe it's not really that big of an issue. I'd met up with one of my writer friends at the weekend past there, and I definitely felt like I wasn't myself. Like, I felt really self-conscious of my writing, which I'm not normally like that around her. So again, I think it's something I really need to try and get over. If you've been around on my channel for a little while now, then you know that I've had some genre issues. I kind of go back and forth. I'll read a particular craft book and I'll be like locked in, like, okay, this is like a eco horror, or then I'll read a comp title and it'll be classed as an eco thriller, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's more thriller, and then something else will be more sci-fi. And then most recently, the story grid book made it sound like my book would fall more into the action genre. Hence why this new book that I got, that might be a good comp title, that's why I wanted to study it a bit more in depth rather than just reading it like a reader. And I'll take it to the library with me and I'll show you guys, because it's It's pretty huge.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe that could happen when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
So I've been trying to find a good spot in the park to talk to you because I'm still not super confident with the vlogging and I do get really embarrassed. And I live in a small town and it's mostly old people, so they are probably going to think I'm absolutely insane talking to this little gizmo. However, yeah, I wanted today to really talk about doubt. Doubt is such an overpowering emotion at times, especially for me. Like I said before, I do have OCD. And if you're not familiar with it, it's not quite how it's portrayed with all the cleaning on TV. Therapists actually called it the doubting disease, which is pretty accurate, I would say. So basically what that means is you doubt everything. So think about the last time you left the house and you were like, did I lock the door? You know that moment's hesitation where you doubt yourself? Imagine that, but for like every decision that shouldn't even be a decision, like about everything. That's basically how OCD is. So, for instance, a normal person might be like, did I turn off the cooker? And they'll check it once. And that's it. And it's not really any stress. You know, you don't feel any different. It's just, did I turn off the cooker or not? Cool, I did. Nice. For someone with OCD, it can be like, did I turn off the cooker or not? And then you get this disproportionate physical reaction. It's like your fight or flight kicks in, adrenaline, cortisol, whatever. And your whole body feels like you're fighting a pack of lions just over whether or not you turned off the stove. So the obsessive part is like the did I do that? And then the compulsive part is going to check the stove. And a normal person might stop once. If you have OCD, you might check several times. You might drive home from the store before you're finished just to check it again. You might get up out of bed after you've already checked everything several times and gone and lay down. You might get up again to go and check again, because you have that fight or flight kicked in that is driving you. You know, if you just thought about it once and nothing really changed, then you wouldn't really be motivated to get out of bed. Just be like, did I? Whatever. But when you think about it and your whole body feels like pumped full of adrenaline and stuff, you kind of get this loop that you get stuck in with the obsessions and then the compulsions, and you do these compulsions to try and make yourself feel better, and it might help the fight or flight sort of sensations briefly, but it always comes back, or it finds new things to latch on to. So yeah, that's life with OCD, and I don't want to go too deep into that. Anyone who knows, and if you don't, then just be grateful. But it definitely can latch onto your writing at times, which I do have treatment for my OCD, and it helps a lot with the sensations. Like that fight or flight doesn't necessarily kick in as hard over stupid shit, which I'm very eternally grateful for. But some of the obsessions and stuff, you know, they are still there, and they do take up more time in my brain than I would like them to. And unfortunately, I think I have to admit that doing that 6 weeks writer course, I've been obsessing. I have been obsessing, and it's not the course's fault, it's just my OCD, and I know that. But yeah, all the feedback has made me really doubt myself, because I do have a doubting disease. So made myself feel a lot of doubt beyond that, which is probably normal. And it's been hard to get back into a good routine. So that's something that I'm really looking to try and do today. Is I'm going to lock in with Tanya on her live stream later, and hopefully get some nice productive writing done. The scene that I'm working on right now, I am doubting. I don't know that I like it very much in this moment, but I'm gonna try and write it, and if that is putting too much of a block on my progress on the book as a whole, then I will need to leave myself a note and go back to it later. It's difficult because I'm doubting what I'm doing, but any days that I don't do anything, my OCD is obsessing over that as well. You haven't done anything, you're going to fall behind, you're never going to get this first draft finished when you said you were going to get it done, and then it just starts off like a whole new spiral of fun. So thankful that it doesn't feel like complete impending doom, thanks to medication and the wonders of that, but it is definitely still there and taking up brain space. So we're taking a little walk for our mental health today, guys, and then we're gonna lock in at the library, get some writing done, and I'm just gonna persevere, because this will pass. It always does. Nothing is ever as bad as it seems in the moment, right? And you know what? Even if my writing right now is an absolute load of garbage, even if it is like the worst thing to ever be written, you know what? I'm going to continue learning. I'm going to continue dedicating time to learning more things about the craft, and I'm going to get better. And it's okay, everyone's got to start somewhere. It's what editing's for as well, right? Like, no one's first draft was ever perfect. It's what editing's for. We can edit. There's already so many beautiful ideas and things that I want to achieve with round 2 of the drafting process. I already have some really great notes and some really great observations that I've made. And I have this new potential comp title. I say potential, I know it's going to be a comp title, which, you know, I've already started to knuckle down and try and read with my writer's head, and to try and understand what made it successful, so that I can make sure that my book is successful too. So I'm doing all of the things that I need to do, and I just need to remind myself of that and take every day as it comes and not give up, because that's just not the answer. I'm not gonna let the OCD part of my brain rule the roost. I'm going to continue despite it. So that's my little rant today. I just felt like it was time. I've thought about it on and off in the past, and whether I should talk a little bit more about OCD on my channel, and it does feel kind of vulnerable, and it does feel strange. It's not really even something I particularly talk to my friends or family about. So, well, it's out here on the internet now. But I thought it was important. I don't see a lot of writers with OCD open up and talk about it online. And obviously writing is a lonely hobby in and of itself, but to also be a slightly more obscure flavour of neurospicy makes it feel even lonelier still. So yeah, I'm here representing the OCD tribe today. I know there's a lot of ADHD and autistic writers out there, and they're doing such a great job of representing that community and being open about the challenges that they face. So I figured maybe it's time I did my part too. So here we are. I hope that it helps someone out there to feel a little bit less alone. Next up on my list, beyond doing little writing vlogs, is an SEO series for authors. SEO is kind of the part of marketing that I'm best at. It's where I've certainly got the most results in my day job anyway. So I feel like that's something that I can maybe let you guys in on. I think in one of my previous videos, I spoke about sharing that information with you. I've already started to break it down. It's probably going to be like a 6-video series because there's a lot to learn and I don't want it to be overwhelming. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to make it not dreadfully boring so that you guys actually want to watch it. That's a different battle for another day. Yeah, so that's what's going to be next. I promise it is coming, guys. That 6-week writing course was taking up a lot of space, and yeah, now I've got that time back. I'm going to be putting it towards the SEO series for you. But it is coming up on 9:30. I think it's time to head to the library, get a little drink, have a little snack, and do some writing. I'll see you guys there. I have about an hour until Tanya Chacon write-ins, productive live write-in sprints. So I thought I would take this time to talk to you a little bit more about this comp title that I've been trying to analyse. Are you ready for this? This thing is bigger than my entire head, and I have quite a big head for reference. Help me. It's huge. The English version is 898 pages, which I've read some Brandon Sanderson stuff. I'm not scared, okay? I'm not scared. The reason that this bothers me is that I picked this particular one to try and analyse in more depth and not just read like a normal reader. And it's so big. So this one is it's called The Swarm, and it's by Frank Schatzing. And the reason I picked this one, the other comp title that I read that is pretty close to my sort of storyline is called Zoo, or The Zoo, by James Patterson, and his was touted as an eco-thriller, which he writes thrillers generally, so I feel like anything of his was going to be marketed that way, so I'm not sure how reliable I can use that for like genre positioning. And it did sell a lot of books, but there was also quite a lot of hate about it, about like the main character being an idiot and him skipping like big chunks of time, different things in there, unnecessary violence that didn't really like forward the plot and stuff. So, you know, when a household name writer like him writes something, there's inevitably going to be a lot of sales because there will, you know, he has diehard fans. There's people who wait and just buy everything that, you know, their favourite authors write, and that's fine. But I wanted to find something that maybe was successful a bit more reliably on the writing rather than on, you know, the brand of the author. Now, Frank Schatzing, he's a German author, I believe, and he had published before this book, but this book has undoubtedly been his most successful book to date. And it's now a TV series, so I haven't watched that yet. I definitely want to try and find it. Right on the front cover it says recalls the best of Michael Crichton, so I believe that's the author of Jurassic Park, and Stephen King, who obviously is the king of horror. And this book, I'm sure, must have taken Frank a very long time to write. This version was translated by Sally Ann Spencer, because the original was in German, and I think it maybe took a year or two before we got the English version out. And one of the things that my OCD has latched onto, I will talk about here just now. So yes, these pages are all his gratitude and things for different people that assisted him with the book. So obviously there's scientists in this book, there are scientists in my own book, and he was able to speak with a bunch of them to make sure that his book really hit the mark. So, Dr. Manfred Reitz of the Institute for Molecular Biotechnology, a former cabinet minister, packed in half a century of experience into 3 hours, a managing director of Seaboard Shipping Company in Vancouver for advice, another person from a seaboard for answering 26 rambling questions, Professor Gerard Bormann and Kjell Geomar from the University of Bremen for adding things to certain things about methane, fact and fiction. Dr. Heiko Salling, University of Bremen, for providing dissected, fixed and all other manner of worms and for taking part. Professor Erwin Seuss for a sunlit lunch in the depths of the ocean and for his literary presence. I mean, the list just goes on. There's like 3 pages of just name dropping all these different professors and things who provided invaluable information in one way or another that led to this book being the massive success that it was. And my OCD has latched onto that and is like, my book is never going to be good because I don't have access to 3 pages worth of professors from various establishments to help guide the science in it. And that's something I need to get over, because just because I don't have them now doesn't mean that I can't reach out and maybe get some people who are in the fields that I'm writing about to help me. People generally like to help people. I do not live, on an iceberg in the middle of nowhere with no Wi-Fi. Like, I can communicate and I can try, and I need to remember that. And at the moment, I need to just get the base of the story and then figure out where I need to delve deeper into and where I need support from people that are smarter than me. So that's one thing that this has gave me to agonize over. And then I've started just trying to kind of get a feel for where different tactics and progressive complications happen. I'm using that sort of story grid-esque way of analysing the scenes because I don't have any other formats of how to analyse one. And I'm just trying to get a feel for, how big his chunks about setting are versus how big his chunks on character are, and, how they're dispersed throughout. So there's a lot of work ahead of me, but all there is to do it, right? Putting in the work is going to make the difference between a good book and a not good book. And we all want to be writing good books, right? All right, so I grabbed a sandwich for lunch and took that back to the house, let the dogs out for the bathroom, all that good stuff. And they were being annoying, as they usually are, whiny and whatnot. So I decided to come back out again. I'm at a little coffee shop that I like locally. They do this amazing London fog, kind of like Earl Grey, well, Lady Grey, kind of like latte with lavender and vanilla and stuff in it. So I am going to hop in there. It's about 1:30. I'll maybe spend a couple of hours here and then I have to go to the gym. So yeah, let's see what we can get done. Bye. I spent a couple hours at the cafe. I did some productive procrastination and avoided writing more and instead opted to edit the start of this video, this vlog that you are watching right now. It is coming up for 5. I really need to go to the gym. I normally try and go before this time so it's less busy, but I'm just gonna have to put up with the business today. I was in the zone with the editing and that doesn't happen very often, so I'll take it. Oh, it was a hummingbird. 2 hummingbirds. Squirrel. I definitely missed doing these more chilled out videos rather than the big long 6-week one. So it's been nice, and I did get about 600 words done this morning at the library, so I'll take it. It's been a nice day. It's been good to get out the house because I would normally work from home and to be able to do things for me and not work. Yay! Alright, I'm gonna go to the gym. If you don't already, please subscribe because I know that most of the people that watch my videos don't subscribe yet. Come on, what are you doing? It won't hurt you, I promise, and it would be like really amazing for me, so that'd be nice. Okay, thanks, bye.